How's the adjustment been here and all that? I mean, pretty easy or?
Good. Yeah, good. You get better at coming into a new organization. So this is my fourth organization. So yeah, just like making friends and that kind of stuff, getting comfortable. You just get better at it with each go around. So it's been great. Back in the Midwest, I'm from Minnesota, so it's been good.
What did you see as the opportunity? What appealed? What appealed to this place and all that?
I think I ultimately am. I want to be somewhere that's stimulating environment, going in the right direction. That's how I see Detroit. I think, like you said, I don't know what necessarily is going to shake out or what. I'm very much a day by day kind of guy, so it's honestly easy for me to just go out there and my whole career has kind of been about just getting better every day and letting the chips fall where they may. So that remains the same, and Detroit obviously seems like they're going in the right direction, and strong front office, strong coaching staff. So that was really appealing.
How did that experience last year go for you in Florida? I think you played 15 games in the regular season, got some playoff action. Just how did that help kind of grow your game?
It was good. It was awesome. I think for a while, I felt like I was ready to take the next step. Early on in my career, maybe when I had more opportunity, I don't know that I was necessarily ready for it. And so, whether it was in Carolina or even my late years in Philly, I felt like I was getting better, and I felt like I was becoming a good, strong goalie. I don't want to label that or anything like that, but it was just nice to have a little bit of runway, and obviously it's not necessarily the circumstance that you want to find yourself in, but with Bob being hurt and stuff like that at the end of the year, but it was good. I mean, obviously we're all looking for opportunity. We're all looking to climb to the next step, and so that's just kind of my continued approach.
Do you feel as though you learned anything about like what it looks like for a team to come together for a deep playoff run, or kind of what goes into that?
For sure. 2 years ago, I was lucky enough to be on the Calder Cup winning team in the AHL, and obviously last year was made it to the Stanley Cup final and didn't get the result we wanted. But I think that's something that I don't want to say that I bring that. I don't know that it's something that anybody can necessarily like bring to the table, but you just understand that if you just keep fighting and trying and kind of how, like you said, like how it looks and how it's supposed to be, I think that's an experience that I can definitely bring to wherever I am moving forward.
You talked about feeling for a while like you've been more ready. What did you notice in those that made you feel that way as opposed to maybe 3-4 years earlier?
Maturity and being able to handle myself in life, and I don't know, having a stable girlfriend, and it's just stuff like that. It's like anybody. It's like goalie is so comparable and parallel to life. I would say that maturity is a very important factor. Stability is a very important factor. The ability to let things roll off your back. I mean, it's just like I've been around guys like Kochikov in Carolina, and he was 21 when he came to Carolina, and he was exceptionally mature, and that's ultimately what resulted in him being very good right off the bat. So I've seen other guys struggle when they're maybe not quite as mature, but they have the physical gifts. So I've seen, and especially being in the American League, you get exposed to those types of things because that's where everybody kind of starts out. So goalie is very much just preparation, will, motivation. Like I said, like it's pretty adjacent to that.
What do you kind of hope to improve throughout this preseason here?
I think my goal for this year, and I've told myself, is just Like you kind of what you said. What does it look like, and what can you bring to the table to make a deep playoff run? But ultimately, the best, most successful players are the ones who can bring a very consistent effort and consistent product. We have a 180-day season, so and then whatever playoffs looks like. But that's my goal, and that's ultimately what I strive for. Is all right if I can be at the top of my game for 180 days and work as hard as I can for 180 days, then good things are going to happen, and you can lay your head easy at night and sleep good. So that's kind of what I'm saying with goalie as well. It's just you can't put too much expectation on it. You can't put too much pressure on it. You just have to try as hard as you can, and like I said, just let the chips fall where they may.
Once you guys beat Boston, was it just kind of like a steamroll effect? I mean, how did it feel? I mean, just that going into the tournament, I mean, did you guys kind of think, well, we can give a shot here?
No, I mean, no, I mean, obviously you do. You try to will that, and there's a lot of human nature at play, but I think that it was just kind of a perfect storm all the way around, where it was like they were the best regular season team in history, and they were a very, very good team, and we had just snuck in. So it was like, all right, well, we're going to get spanked. And then we won game 2, and then all of a sudden it was like, all right, well, series is 1-1 now. And then, just the ball starts rolling the other direction, and momentum plays a factor. And I think that we did a good job of just prolonging it as long as we could. And then all it takes is, Matthew Tkachuk to score a couple overtime goals, and it goes your way. So, like I said, it's a very valuable experience. If you just keep your nose to the grindstone and keep trying, like good things are going to happen. And I see that with this team this year. There's going to be a time when it's probably going to go one way or the other, just like every single team in the NHL. And if you can continue to push through that, that's a very good sign of a good team.
How have you felt about camp so far?
It's been fun, I think, getting to meet all the guys and getting help from all the players. It's really fun. It's a learning process, and it's been good.
What were your expectations coming into this camp, Marco? I mean, obviously, I guess everybody wants to play in the NHL, but I mean, what did you really?
Yeah, obviously, like I'm trying to make a roster here, but it's always a learning process. I'm a young player coming to every practice, trying to understand the system, getting used to systems and stuff like that, working out every day, staying on the ice longer, and just learning from the older players. I think there's a lot you can learn, and that's been important for me.
Is that one of the important things especially for a younger guy, to show this grasping a system and showing coaches that he can be a responsible two-way player?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's always important, like playing both sides of the puck and trying to understand the systems as fast as possible, but also like knowing your role in the system. And I think we've done a good job so far, like going over the system and practicing it a lot.
How do you kind of manage the balance between, I'm sure you want to show them what you can do and your skill set, but also, like you said, kind of knowing your role and playing within the system and structure? Yeah,
I think it's just trying to go out there and give my best every day. That's all, I think, and otherwise I can't do much. Like just work hard, trying to improve myself and keep going.
And as it turned out, it's only one game. But did that help, just being here a little bit at the end of last season, going into this season, did that help you a lot?
Yeah, I think for sure. I got to meet everybody on the staff, all the players. I got to meet them, and coming here, just seeing how it is. It's really fun here, and that's why I'm just trying to do my best and trying to make an impression here.
Especially for somebody coming over from Europe. I mean, you had the one game here, but still getting accustomed to the smaller ice in the North American style and everything. So how important will these preseason games be for you?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think it's a big difference for us players from Europe coming over here. I think it's just quicker because the smaller ice. I have to make adjustments. I think out there it's been tough in the beginning, but I think I'm just trying to improve every day and getting better and better.
Is one of the bigger adjustments just making quicker decisions because you have less time?
Yeah, for sure, and also there's more battles. I think more stick battles. The timing's a little bit different because you gotta cut some of your routes, and it's just trying to adjust to it and and listening to the older players, they're trying to help me, and that's great.
Have there been any veteran players in particular who've been especially useful to you in kind of figuring things out at this level?
I think everybody's been great to me. A big part for me trying to improve is face-offs. I talked to JT Comfer 2 days ago in practice, and he could help me a lot, give me some tips in face-offs, and that's really big.
I mean, that prospects tournament was only a couple of days, and we had the one practice. Was it disappointing, though, the way that, I mean, just getting the 3 losses? I mean, was that kind of a tough tournament?
Yeah, prospect tournament for sure was a tough tournament for us and for me as well. Like I said before, it's hard to make the adjustment right away to the smaller ice. I struggled a bit in the beginning, but it's only going up from here, trying to improve every day, and it's going better and better every day.
During those face-offs with JT a couple of days ago, he like holds his stick like a lefty would on a face-off sometimes. Ready curve. Have you ever seen someone do that before?
Yeah, I've actually seen it. There is one guy over in Sweden that's done it, but he's really good at it, and he's really good at face-offs. So I'm just trying to listen to him and try to pick up as much as possible.
Marco, on the ice you talk about growth. Off the ice, what's it been like for you these last, I guess, almost year and a half?
Yeah, I think coming over here last season, at the end of last season, just trying to see how everything is. It's been fun to see how it is, and now also coming over for development camp, now training camp. It's been a lot of fun, and I mean, obviously there's a lot of different hotel rooms that we're going to live in, but it's fine getting to learn the guys, and it's fun with the guys, so that's good.
It's been good to have Lalonde, who you played with last year, and have a little kind of a buddy, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've known him for a couple of years now, and it's always fun to talk to him and trying to still improve my Swedish as well too. Yeah, so it's good.
You're playing Washington tonight. Is there anybody on that roster that you kind of like, wow, it's gonna? Oh, Ovechkin, I guess obviously. They're kind of looking forward to playing against anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Ovechkin, of course, but like actually Nicklas Backstrom, he was one of my favorite players growing up, so I've watched him a lot, and it's gonna be really exciting to play against him. So yeah, looking forward to it.
You still playing chess?
Yeah, occasionally, sometimes. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
What have you seen so far in camp from Kasper, and what are you kind of hoping to see from him in these preseason games?
Playing a little bit to his identity, which I like. 200-foot guy, good in every situation, every area. Again, I just think it's experience. A little slow on getting over top on the red-white game. Got caught in a bad situation. Trying to do a little too much with the puck at times, but it's all part of his development. I'll have a better feel when we get in game situation tonight. Especially I like the fact that it's putting our young guys in some uncomfortable situations which typically happens in the preseason, is you're going to get a very good Washington lineup tonight.
Is there a tendency maybe for especially a top prospect like that to kind of press for offense, to want to kind of show
Yes.
that side of his game?
Absolutely. I think that's all part of, I think, the growth and experience. I think right, wrong, or difference, probably reality of some of these top prospects feeling a little pressure, which I understand. You want them to play through that, fight through that. We want to communicate clearly what we want from them and expectations, and maybe take away some of that noise.
Is he another kid, like you were talking about dancing the other day, like potentially, it looks like he could be pretty solid two-way player?
Yeah, absolutely. I love what we're doing and trying to do. You just miss out on those, top 2 picks year after year. You miss out on those generational type players where we've slotted in the lottery, and I think we've got an identity of when we get there, we want to be really hard to play against, and I think those type of players we keep trying to add on, which is exciting for a coach.
Who do you have him starting the game with?
We are going to start, that's a really good question. We got so many things going on with that. I believe Alex Lyon is going to play tonight on the first half of the game.
No, I meant Kasper, his line.
Kasper is going to be with our third line there. So we'll probably rotate some wingers out in front of him. Just sometimes, we were looking at the lineups this morning, and this is probably the deepest away first game group we've had. I'm not going to say you get thrown to the wolves, but sometimes that first game usually ends up being at home. You play your veteran type players. Obviously, we had a strong lineup compared to Pittsburgh the other night, so we're probably 2 lines deep on each other, some prospects, so we'll move him in and out on some different centers. And then, sometimes some shifts will take place after the special team. So, short answer, he'll be seeing a lot of different guys on the wing tonight.
Derek, I'm just curious, because you didn't play Husso either of these 2 games. What's the plan of attack with him going forward?
Probably, obviously, having a lot of preseason games, obviously the 8 exhibition games. I think more his rhythm towards the end. We've got him projected for, through a few games, through 9 periods or 6 periods, 2 full games. It's just when. So probably more later to get in a little bit of a rhythm. Obviously, he'll be our night 1 starter in New Jersey.
What did JT come for so far?
Short answer. What's that?
What have you thought of JT Comfer so far?
I've liked him. He's come as advertised. 200-foot, responsible, smart. He wants to play on top of people. He wants to get above. He takes a lot of pride in not giving up odd man situations or easy offense. And he'll make plays. So as advertised, I think he's getting more and more comfortable, and obviously I'm excited to get him his first game tonight.
You obviously played with Brandon a lot last year in Colorado. How much do you think that helps? You've obviously a couple of great shooters on this line, it looks like, for tonight. Like, how much is it experience playing with someone like Brandon?
I think it helps, just so that those elite type players. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it takes experience. Guys change when they get with a certain type of players. And I think he's come around in his career with experiences to be the same type of player no matter who he plays with.
It'll be Lyon, and who's going to be the other goalie?
Costa's going to get the last 50, correct? Last little 50%, so the last 30, yes.
Did Costa? How did he look after that rough?
Good. I thought he had a good camp. Obviously things didn't go his way in the rookie tournament, but at the same time, part of growth is handling all those experiences. I mean, we were here a year ago talking about how well he played in the rookie tournament. So I think part of that growth is him handling different adversities, and that was one. I thought he had a good camp, and we're excited to see him tonight. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.